everyone, this is Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and this month in my Think Outside the Box video I've come up with some fun alternate project ideas using the contents of the April 2016 Paper Pumpkin Kit from Stampin' Up. This kit is titled Lovely Little Wreath because, as you can see on the cover of the directions, that's what you get to make. You can follow full step-by-step directions and even refer to the how-to video to make this exact wreath, which is adorable, by the way. Or you can go beyond, toss the directions aside, and change up the kit contents to create something completely outside the paper pumpkin box, as I'll be showing you in my video today. Grab your scissors, and Stampin' Up! Provides everything else that you'll need in these paper pumpkin kits, even the stamps and the ink that you can continue to use in future projects. And bonus, this April kit included the extra stamp set called All About Everything. Yep, Stampin' Up! Does that once in a while. They gift us. Besides being super affordable at around $20 per month, including the shipping costs, they are compact, so you don't need a craft room to house them. They give you 30 minutes of creative therapy. The kits and the projects make perfect gifts. They're great for kids and adults, whether you're male or female. And if you don't like the project ideas inside, you can find lots of other ones on the internet that will inspire you. Plus, if you subscribe with me as your demonstrator, I send you even more ideas each month that are exclusive to my subscribers only. Want a sneak peek of what's coming in May? Ta-da! Demonstrators that attended our Stampin' Up! Event in Salt Lake City a couple weeks ago were able to make this card while we were there, and then we also got supplies so that we could make a second one, but I already came up with some alternate ideas using those supplies, so I'm ahead of the game this time. But usually each kit is a surprise, and that is the fun of it. No need to worry though if you don't like what's in the kit, because again, I share lots of ideas that you can make with your kit contents. For instance, with this one, I'm going to be sharing greeting cards, scrapbook pages, and gift ideas, so stay tuned. There's really no excuse not to get signed up. If you start up a subscription, and you can follow the links below to do so, and you decide it's not for you, you can cancel at any time. There is no commitment. You'll definitely want to be a subscriber after checking out what can be created with these very affordable kits. I'm excited to share. So let's get started. Keep in mind that most of the extra tools and products that I use in this video can be purchased from me in my online store. And they're listed in my video description below and linked to my online store. Before I move on to making my scrapbook page spread, my 12 by 12 spread, I do want to mention that if you're looking for lots of card ideas, you can just Google the name of the Paper Pumpkin Kit or put the name of the kit in Pinterest. Or if you're very interested in getting on a Facebook group, there's a group that I started a little over a year ago, that has grown to over 5,000 people now, and they are called the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, and they're posting ideas daily. It's amazing the sharing going on. The cards, that's what you see the most of. So if you're looking for some card ideas, you'll want to join that group. So I'm going to move on to the scrapbook page. I always do a 12 by 12 scrapbook page in with every one of my kits. And I want to mention that we have, again, 2 stamp sets in here. You could use any number of these for the title of your page. Happy Spring would work well on a scrapbook page. You're the loveliest person I know. You are my everything. Happy birthday. So lots of different words in here that will work great with scrapbooking. I'm going to make a jungle looking page, and I try not to use too many extra supplies when it comes to doing these alternate projects. However, this kit, being that it did not have cardstock at all in it, it's mainly the supplies used for wreaths. I am adding lots of extra cardstock and extra inks. But these pages, there's very minimal that I added to it. I do have the 12 by 12 basic black. I also added some old olive green to the page. These are going to be 8.5 by 11 sheets. And then what else? I'm using the ink from the kit. I'm using the stamps from the kit. I'm using this little branch guy and a bunch of these yellow flower pieces and a whole bunch of these. So let's see what we can create. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp the title. You Are My Everything is what I'm going for. I'm going to ink that up in the very vanilla ink. And And you'll want to make sure that you leave room for the other image. I couldn't think of an ideal title for a jungle page, but You Are My Everything seemed to work better than Happy Spring. So there's the title of our page. We're going to let that dry because we're going to do some embellishing on that before we place that on the page. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to set the ribbon aside for now, and I'll put these little extra pieces aside. The first thing that we'll do then for the base of our page is add our 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And I'm adding it about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. I'm using my grid paper that has measurements on it here to help me eyeball where that's going to go. And then the next 12 by 12 piece I can just put right up next to it. Let's work with one page at a time. And I'm going to start by removing adhesive from several of these strips here. We're going to start on the side. And we're going to place that down, flip it over, trim off any excess, and don't throw that away because you will use the extras. Let's grab another strip, and we'll have that overlap somewhat at an angle here. And again, cut off the excess. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Just keep layering and layering. And then you'll want to do the same on the other side. Now these little branches that came in the kit that look like this, you could cut a few of those and have them coming out with extra leaves on them as well. I'm just adding in the last branch. What I did is I put glue dots on the back of these branch pieces. And the same thing with these leaf pieces. And those glue dots will help secure the branch when it's down here on the paper. Next, I'm going to do the title. I'm going to finish this up. So I'm going to loop these, this ribbon back behind my title like that. I'm going to take and add some adhesive back here. Add some more. And then we'll do it again. And add some more. So it's just peeking out on either side like that. And now we're going to add some dimensionals on the back of this. The dimensionals will definitely help secure this in place. because this ribbon did not like my adhesive very well. And then you sort of want to figure out where your photos are going to go, and then you can add your title in between. So if you have a couple horizontal photos and a vertical, you might want your title up there. Then you could put another couple horizontal and a vertical here, or however you want to do it. And that is the finished page. Oh, wait. We still have some more accents to add. I'm so sorry. These cute little flowers. Let me grab one here. You're going to take and fold them in half, and then fold them in thirds. And you can rough them up if you want to a little bit, try to get a little more fluff to them. And then we're just going to grab a glue dot and we're going to tuck a bunch of flowers in and underneath these leaves. Like so. So I'll be right back. I need to add flowers. I'm tucking about 8 flowers underneath the leaves here and there. And then I took a 9th flower and I folded it up and stuck it behind my title piece. And again, I'm not going to put my title piece on quite yet because I want to see where my photos are going to go first. And there we have the finished pages. Fun! Jungle theme. Isn't that exciting? I'm running out of time, but I want to share a project life idea, and this is using our smaller pages. We have 6x8 page protectors that fit into these mini albums, and you can make gift books. And what I do with mine is, you can see in the back here, I've been collecting my paper pumpkin stamp sets and direction booklets in there. But we're going to make a project life layout for a small page today. And we're going to use basic black cardstock, and we're going to use photos, and the white represent the photos, so we're just going to go ahead and tuck those in. Now you could totally do this idea that I'm going to share with you on a larger scale for our 12 by 12 page protectors, but I'm going to show it to you in mini form here because I want to be sure that I have time to share with you all these other fun ideas. So I have some black cardstock that I'm going to ink up, and I'm going to use one of the tags from the kit. I'm also going to fold up flowers again like we just did. I like to fold mine a little bit smaller than the kit shows. They folded them in quarters. I think I folded mine into 1/6. So we're going to put adhesive on the back of these, have them ready to go. Oh, that adhesive likes to stick to my nail polish, I will tell you. Alright, so for this tag, we're going to stamp using our craft vanilla ink, and we're going to ink up the title, You Are. And my happy place. So You Are My Happy Place is what we're going to have for the title of this page. We're putting it kind of, oops, have to flip that over and do it again. There we go. And then to complete that title piece, we're going to take this swoosh image. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a paintbrush image. And we'll ink that up with our Very Vanilla. And we'll stamp that going across. Like so. And then we'll also stamp that same image going across underneath. Now it doesn't have to be exactly in the same spot, but I want to get it somewhat close. So I'm inking up my stamp. Sorry, went off camera there. Inking that up, positioning this, kind of lining it up, and then taking the tag out of there and stamping down. Now for this technique, it's called the chalkboard technique. You want to have a sponge, and you ink up your sponge in the craft ink, the pigment ink, and you just start from the edges making swirly motions as if there is chalk on a chalkboard that got erased and didn't quite get washed all the way off. Isn't that a fun look? And we'll do a little bit of that on the tag. So sponging gives it a chalkboard look. Isn't that neat? Looks very chalky. Now we'll pop this up with dimensionals, but before we do, and again, this ink is still semi-wet here, we're going to put our flowers coming out from behind on the back. So I took those flowers that we made on the last 12 by 12 page spread and I did the same thing. I just put glue dots on them and stuck them to the back side of this title piece. And now I will take and put dimensionals back here. And we'll add this to our base black piece, lining up our swoosh as best we can. And when this dries, we will stick that in there, and then we have our You Are My Happy Place page all set to go. Isn't that adorable? Yay. Okay, now I have lots of other ideas, but I can't share them all. So you're going to have to visit my blog because I have a monster card that I'm going to create. I took more of the pieces that are in the kit. For instance, this little chalkboard piece that comes like this. It looks like a little mini chalkboard, and then you stamp on the black rectangular cardstock that comes with the kit, these little tag pieces. You stamp on one of those and you stick it down on there with glue dots, and I just did the same thing. I opened up my flower a little bit more though. I kind of fluffed it and stuck it down with a glue dot and then put a pearl on the inside. Then this little twine that comes off of it, I just took, and here I can pull these out so you can see. I think I can. I just took and put it underneath or wrapped it on top of the rim of this jar and then screwed on the lid. And it's still positionable. I can still manipulate it a little bit even though the lid is on. I wanted the lid on there for a little fun silver accent, and then I stuck a bunch of pencils in there and tied some ribbon around. This is our organza, white organza ribbon or whatever that's called. I'll figure it out, and then I'll write it in the notes along the bottom of the video. But I just tied the pieces together. Now you could use the vanilla ribbon that comes in here, but this is a white piece of twine, so I kind of thought, I'm going to put white ribbon there this time. And that would be a great gift to give a teacher right now at this time of year. Maybe you have a teacher appreciation day or week coming up. You could make one of these to give to your child's teacher. Some other ideas that I came up with were using the ring that comes in the kit to make the wreath. So you can see I wrapped some wire around. I just used some pretty sturdy gold wire. You could use silver or gold or whatever. Maybe even if there's, I don't know. Well, black wouldn't look very good. And then I attached it, and I had to give it up because my son needed the headband for a costume in school. But I attached it to a headband. And so I'm going to share some pictures with you as I tell you what else I did or what other ideas I came up with using this ring. You could use it to stabilize. Also, let's say you like to exercise, you have a stability ball. When you put that thing off to the side, it rolls away. So this could hold your stability ball in place so it doesn't roll across your floor. You could also use it to hold bowls on your table. Same idea. The halo. Okay, so yeah, this thing became a halo on that headband. It became a little halo design, so you could be making a costume with it. You could use it as a lamplight pull. Now, of course, it'll probably break real easily over time, but it was just a thought that came to my head. Let's say you've got kiddos with very active imaginations. You could have them fill it with some red kinds of foods or whatever, and then you can have them throw their Legos in there, and it can be like the lava pit or something. Or a hot tub, I don't know. And then afterwards, they can enjoy a snack. Two more ideas quickly, using this little form here. If you're not going to make a wreath, is you could make giant eyeballs or giant glasses, or you could crisscross them and have a decoration for a wedding or a wedding reception where you have a little diamond piece up here and you have two rings crossing over each other. Anyways, thank you for watching. It builds creativity to think outside the box. Be sure to go to my YouTube channel so that you can subscribe and catch more paper pumpkin videos that I've shared using past kits and more that I'll share with future kits. Also, be sure to visit my blog at stampyourartout.com so that you can view close-up photos of the projects I made and see photos of other paper pumpkin kit ideas. If you're watching my video on YouTube, look for links in my video description below. Oh yes, and to see some extra exclusive project ideas, get your paper pumpkin subscription started with me as your demonstrator. I hope you all enjoyed this video tutorial. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.